Okay, we're about to go see the Emoji Movie, the second day it came out. July 28th, 2017 will go down as a special day in history. And there's a lot of better choices too, like Despicable Me 3. But no, not today. A day never to be forgotten. As you can see, here's Cars 3 we could have watched. Until now, a movie called Food Fight was known to be the most notorious animated movie ever released. It had a 1.8 rating on IMDb. It was spoken of in the worst ways, known to be an evil force of destruction waiting, hiding, behind the outward appearance of an innocent plastic box. But not anymore. And as you can see, here they are, the 3 tickets to see the Emoji Movie. Oh no. This poster of the Emoji Movie right here, and it says, an adventure beyond words, and let me tell you, I'm pretty sure that's accurate. It won't be the king anymore. I swear to God, I just saw this kid. This kid was wearing an emoji shirt. Little kids really actually do want to see this. They actually think it's going to be as good as Cars or Finding Nemo. Won't be allowed to wear the crown, because the throne has been taken. By who, you may ask? The Emoji Movie, my friends. The new and improved, most notorious animated movie ever released. Hide before it's too late. Now, I recorded all of that before I actually saw the Emoji Movie. Before I left the house, while I was in the car, and while I was waiting in the theater. I expected a pile of shit. I mean, after reading and watching so many online reviews about exactly how many nuts it sucked, I was prepared for a monster. But then it started, and a quarter of the way through, I was asking myself about when it was going to start getting bad. Then halfway through, I wasn't even thinking about that anymore. I was just watching the movie. Now, believe me, the Emoji Movie isn't the best animated movie I've ever seen. It was surely no Cars, Finding Nemo, Lion King, or Angry Birds movie. But then again, it wasn't a pile of shit. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was pretty good, and definitely better than The Secret Life of Pets and Minions. Not the Despicable Me series, just Minions. Despicable Me is way better than Minions. But what I'm doing in this review is an organized plan of honest discussion. I have watched several of the most popular Emoji Movie reviews on YouTube, and have created a list of main, prominent reasons why most people think it sucks. And I'm going to discuss these points, maybe even agree with some. But the bottom underlying point to this is, the Emoji Movie doesn't deserve the insane amount of hatred it's getting. One of the main reasons why people hate it so much is because people already hated it before it was even released, before they watched it. And why was this true? Because hating the movie spread into a viral meme early on, resulting in everyone hating it right off the bat. So of course, you're gonna hate it too, right? It's group mentality. Everyone wants to agree with everyone else so they can fit in. I bet there's a huge amount of people who don't even really hate it and just say they do, so they can be a part of the bandwagon. Whatever the reason, you can't argue when I say that most of the people on the internet don't like it. But I'm sure some people do, and I'm just here to talk about why, in my opinion, the Emoji Movie was good. I'm going to be discussing each point made by people who hate the Emoji Movie, and these are the points that are most widely agreed upon. It's a movie about emojis. I know a lot of people think that a movie about emojis might not sound like a good idea, but what do you want? Another animated movie about talking animal? Again? Trust me, I'd rather see an emoji have an adventure than another fucking talking dog. You know why movies like Cars, Shrek, Toy Story, and WALL-E were so different? Because they had different types of protagonists, such as vehicles, ogres, toys, robots. And that list isn't too long, because trust me, almost every animated movie out there is about an animal or a human. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure the unique list could be longer, but not as long as the one containing animals and humans, mind you. And you know what other title could be added to that list of animated movies with unique protagonists? The Emoji Movie, right. Yeah, I know you might not be interested in seeing
a fucking movie about emojis!
Because using a bunch of emojis and texts reminds you of cringy little kids who use way too many of them or something. But the truth is, Almost everyone uses emojis in their texts. They enhance the message you're trying to put across. They each have their own emotion or meaning. They are popular in the modern world. They are useful. So in all reality, why not make a movie about them? I'd rather see them instead of another godforsaken fucking talking cat. It had too much product placement. Product placement in a movie about emojis, where they have an adventure inside of a phone. What did anybody expect? The product placement in this movie is actually enhancing. If the movie didn't show Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Dropbox, Candy Crush, whatever, it wouldn't actually seem like a real phone. The Twitter bird flying down was a cool additive, emphasizing the fact that they are traveling around inside a phone. Without the necessary product placement, what did people want? Fake apps? Made up apps that don't even exist? Would it have been better if Gene and his buddies made their way into Bob's Fishing than Face Novel instead of Facebook or some shit? What about Fall Bag instead of Dropbox? Better? Everybody knows about those fucking fake cereal brands in the grocery store. I can't be the only one who feels like burning my own eyes out with a lighter and smoking the ashes after seeing a box of Buncho cinnamon squares next to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. How about Marshmallow Magic next to Lucky Charms? Crispy Rice next to Rice Krispies? How about some pranks next to tricks? Yeah, this fucking exists. And if somebody would have preferred the Emoji Movie to not have any product placement, and instead sport some fake apps, they're telling me they'd rather have a bowl of pranks for breakfast instead of tricks. Just let that damn name sink in. Pranks. It tried too hard to be funny and wasn't. Well, I know some jokes in the Emoji Movie were stupid. Like when Gene asks a clock emoji what time it is, and the clock emoji responds with, "Hey, my eyes are up here." And there is an Australian shrimp emoji. He made a shrimp on the Barbie joke. Poop made a number 2 joke. Guess what? There's stupid jokes present in every children's animated movie. Because don't forget, these movies are made for children. Not every single joke is going to have an adult reference or be witty and thought out. Every animated movie has stupid slapstick humor where people get smashed or hit in the face out of nowhere, and probably some lame pun. The Emoji Movie is no exception, so who gives a shit? It's just like every other animated movie when it comes to jokes. Plus, the hand high five was hilarious. His voice was fantastic, and there were a couple times in the movie where he made me laugh. Like for instance, when he threw the candy corn back up, and Gene was like, "No dude, don't do it. It's already been in there once." And then he eats it again. And also, when the emojis were trying to figure out the password to get past the firewall, and High Five kept getting the name wrong, it was hilarious. And when the phone just randomly went off and started playing Bubble Butt in the kid's school, you know, the kid who owns the phone, I'm pretty damn certain that if this entire movie was about animals again, had nothing to do with emojis or apps, and the 3 main characters were like talking dogs and cats again. In fact, if this movie was a simple movie about animals, I wouldn't even be filming this movie review right now, because it wouldn't have had any prominent hate in the first place.
Its inability to deliver emotionally or thematically keeps it from ever feeling like a worthwhile experience.
Now, I don't get how this movie isn't emotional. Gene, the main character, is an outcast. He's threatened with basically murder. His best friend, High Five, is an unpopular emoji who wants to be popular. His romantic interest, yes, you heard me right, this movie has action, drama, and now romance too. Why exactly is it so bad? Jailbreak is a feminist icon who shows the world that not every girl has to be like a girly princess and can be cool and do things that are almost always thought of as a male-dominant role in the world. Like for instance, she is a hacker and the leader of the mission to get to Outbox. She talks about how she hated being the princess emoji so much that she escaped, which is why she wears a wig to cover up her princess hair and crown, because she wanted to become who she really was. Gene's parents have an unstable relationship and feel bad for how they treated their son after he goes missing. Later, it is revealed that Gene Gene's dad is also capable of feeling many different emotions, and a big-ass father-son, dramatic-ass moment takes place at the end of the movie, showing that the family has come together once again. And when Gene's friends start slowly disappearing, one by one, once the phone starts being erased, he saves the day in their whole world. The outcasts that nobody believed in before ended up saving their world and proving their society wrong. Now, if that doesn't seem like a good emotional ending and meaningful characters to you, imagine if they were dogs, or some fucking talking animal. Maybe then you'll get it. It was too similar to Inside Out, Wreck-It Ralph, and the Lego Movie. So yeah, this movie had some similarities to other movies. I agree, because the truth is, there are many animated movies that have similarities to other animated movies too. Like for instance, The Good Dinosaur and The Lion King, they were both fantastic, but had several prominent similarities. Two parents have a son. The parents are in charge of a large area where the nearby lands are dangerous. The parents teach the son how to take care of their land, for the child will inherit it eventually. One night, the father gives his son a motivational speech in a field, and bright lights show up in the sky. Something kills the father when he's saving the son. The son feels guilty and ends up in a new, dangerous, different location a long way away from home. He ends up being saved by whatever secondary characters he comes across. These stronger friends instill many wise, overly dramatic teachings onto the hero. He eventually becomes stronger and learns to fight and take care of himself. The child takes over his father's land. Nobody ever talks about The Good Dinosaur copying The Lion King though, right? And why? Because nobody cares. Nobody hated that movie. Everyone is just focusing on whatever they can find that makes the Emoji Movie sound bad. Because once again, they just want to come up with more reasons to support the hate that stemmed from group mentality. Also, in Minions, the plot is your typical cliche concoction. The Minions go through various events to find someone evil to work for, but once they find the new master, she turns on them and a huge fight takes place where the Minions win. That's basically the entire movie summarized into one sentence. And it sounds much more boring than the Emoji Movie, which it was. Also, in The Secret Life of Pets, there was barely even a plot. The main characters get lost due to personal conflict between each other, and they have to find their way home. But they become friends with each other and make up way too early. And also, the bad guys were never really hateful to me. Just annoying. The whole movie just seemed to drag on, never ending, and barely a plot other than the main characters having to find their way home. Once again, more cliche than the Emoji Movie. It is cliche and boring. I've already discussed many reasons why the Emoji Movie is actually not that cliche or boring, and is just as much so as other animated films that so many people adore. There is just one more point that I have to emphasize, because it's a point that shows how, in a way, the Emoji Movie is less cliche than many animated movies. It is a point I must restate. It's not about talking animals or humans. That's it. It's the first movie about the inside of a phone or emojis that has ever existed. And now, I'm about to show you why, exactly, talking animals and humans in animated movies are so greatly overused. Here we go. Moana, Finding Dory, Zootopia, The Good Dinosaur, Frozen, Brave, Winnie the Pooh, Tangled, Up, Bolt, Ratatouille, Chicken Little, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Piglet's Big Movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Dumbo, Bambi, The Three Caballeros, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, A Goofy Movie, Pocahontas, Mulan, A Bug's Life, Tarzan, The Tigger Movie, Brother Bear, Ants, Bee Movie, The Boss Baby, Chicken Run, The Croods, Flushed Away, How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Kung Fu Panda 2, Kung Fu Panda 3, Madagascar 1, Madagascar Escape to Africa, Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, Mr. Keep-On, Sherman Over the Hedge, Penguins Madagascar, Shark Tale, Turbo, Rango, Puss in Boots. Can we just have one animated movie about a talking, round, yellow, happy face without the world's wrath bearing down upon it? Can we? I guess the answer to that question is a no, but regardless, that doesn't really matter. The movie wasn't the best thing ever, not even close to the beauty of Cars and Finding Nemo, like I've stated before. It doesn't deserve the hate it gets, and it's not even bad, especially compared to some other horrendous abominations I've witnessed. Secret Life of Pets. My purpose was to simply state why I thought the Emoji Movie was good, and I'm fucking done.